Hannah Murray on TRE in the afternoon.
TRE's Entrepreneur of the Week.
And my Entrepreneur of the Week is Andrea Clewett. She is the founder of Showerscape, who design and make customized shower panels. You can basically select an image that is right for you and your bathroom, whether it's a photo you have taken, an epic panorama, a landmark that's close to your home, or a place that's special to you. You can choose bold graphic patterns or splashes of colour. Showerscape actually won Maker and Creator Entrepreneur of the Year in 2025 for Wales at the Great British Entrepreneur Awards. Welcome to the show, Andrea.
Thank you. That was an incredible introduction. Sometimes I struggle to sort of pinpoint exactly what we do, but you nailed that. So thank you.
Yay. Nice one. Well, I was having a look on your website and it's got everything you could possibly need on the website, hasn't it? It's really, really good.
Yeah.
Got all the different examples of obviously jobs that you've done before and different things that people can have. And so it's you and your husband that run this business. Do you set it up in 2014? Is that right?
Yeah. So Ian is my husband, and he's a graphic designer. I suppose he was one of the lucky ones in life that at the age of 16, 17, he wanted to be a graphic designer, and that's what he went and did, and that's what he's done for 20, 30 years. Me, on the other hand, I've done a lot of other different things in my career. I didn't go to university. I did lots of other different things. And I think that's enabled me to be very adaptable in what I do. And both of us are really creative people. So when we moved to Wales 10 years ago, 2015, we moved here to live. Ian set up to be a graphic designer, freelance graphic designer. And this was a sort of sideline for a few years until we'd absolutely nailed the product and how we were going to present it to people. And back then there were shower panels that existed, but there was nothing quite like what we did. So we saw a gap in the market, and that's what we ended up doing.
Amazing.
And that's kind of it is amazing. I mean, we used to live in Leicestershire and we moved to Wales with our two small children. They were 6 and 9 at the time. And we moved out here for a different life because we loved it so much. And we used to come here on holiday to Snowdonia. And we loved the landscape and the way of life and just being in the great outdoors, really.
Yeah.
And I suppose the idea came from that and what we enjoy, and bringing that into people's homes and just giving them that space to be creative. And you could live in the middle of Birmingham, but you could have a beautiful view in your bathroom, and just for that moment in time where you're in the shower, you can just pretend you're somewhere else.
Yeah, that's a lovely idea. So did it start because you did it in your own bathroom and then you thought, wow, this is amazing, we could do this for other people?
Yeah, it did really. We bought a tiny cottage in a small Welsh village called Corris, and our idea was to do that up and then have that a kind of let it out and do the dream where you live in the city and you have a holiday home. But we loved it so much, and we ended up making a life here, really. And we put one of the shower panels in our bathroom, and it was a tiny miner's cottage, and it was a teeny tiny bathroom. It didn't even have a full length bath in it. It was like a half length bath that we took out and put a shower in. And people just came around and said, this is incredible. It looks amazing. It's totally transformed the space.
So what did you have? What was the picture?
We had a photograph that Ian took on a walk out in the hills of Corris. So where we were, and then that was if all the other houses weren't in the way, that's what you would have seen.
Oh, amazing.
So, yeah, and it was one of his photographs. And I suppose we have, as entrepreneurs, we have a lot of skills together, and we just kind of put it all together, and then here we are. We've made a success out of it. Yeah.
That's amazing. Because, I mean, it makes sense that you did something that you wanted for you in your own house, but then got a lot of response from other people visiting and made you think maybe we could make a business out of this. So that's literally how it happened.
Yeah. And it took a lot of, because nobody was really, the material that we use, we wanted to solve a problem. So some shower panels, there's acrylic and there's MDF core. There's all different types of shower panels, and they all have their own issues and problems. And so we wanted to, Ian, with his graphic design, used to do big corporate signage and exhibitions. So he knew the material that we used was really good for printing and imagery and really robust. And so that's what we decided to use. So it was a really new thing 10 years ago that even that material was used. So there was a lot of sort of product development that we had to do in the background. And until we'd really nailed that, we didn't make it a massive, put the budget into our website and really go for it, because we wanted to be really sure that what we were providing to people, we could guarantee it. And, that's what it was about for us, solving a problem for people and giving them great customer service and giving them that canvas to be creative. And you can basically have whatever you want on it. We do have some funny requests.
I was going to say, what's the funniest, weirdest request you've had? I possibly can't say, but we've done there's a truck stop in the UK. The mind boggles.
As you would think would be, yeah. But, we also have lovely, we've done them in people's narrow boats, because it's such a tiny space in a narrow boat, and it's really unique, and they build them themselves. They spend a lot of time and money, and it's probably like they're downsizing retirement home possibly, and they want to go and live on a narrow boat, and so they want it to be special. So, and it's a tiny space, but generally it's kind of an 800 by 800 square shower tray. So how do you make that space look bigger, really? You can have a woodland in it, and then when you're in the tiny space, and you can probably see it from your bed, because it's such a small environment. We've done motorhomes, from that to hotels and swimming pools, commercial swimming pools or residential swimming pools where people have built a swimming pool in their back garden and they want a feature wall in it.
Oh,
it's
lovely.
Just so, yeah. So for us, it's a great way of an outlet for us to let our creativity and just help work with other people and just say, yeah, we could do that. Actually, you can do that. You don't always have to go to, there are options there. Sometimes you just have to find the small niche little companies and work with them rather than the big players sometimes.
Oh, definitely. And do you have to be careful with copyright and things? There's obviously hundreds of thousands of millions of images online.
Yeah.
But I guess you have to be careful who owns the image.
Absolutely. And sometimes people do come to us with images that they just have a screenshot off Pinterest or Etsy. So we do have to rein people in sometimes. And AI is amazing in a lot of ways, and it also isn't in some ways. Sometimes people find something or they try and do it themselves, but then at large scale it won't work because the resolution and things aren't there. So that's evolving as well, and how we work. But on the plus side, we can have a photograph that may not be very good resolution, but somebody really, really wants it and they've taken it on their camera phone. But we can use AI to make the quality of that photograph better for them.
Okay,
so
amazing.
It really has it, yeah. So we've got some AI software, and that's Ian's job to do that. And it's amazing. You can do so much. You can make it sharper, or you can change the colours or whatever. So sometimes we have to do that as well. But yeah, I mean, copyright is, we always have to license the images. Sometimes we work with artists and we have to contact them, and photographers, and we contact them directly. And generally they love it, and they really want, they're like, yes, use my photograph. But you do have to always get that permission. You can't always. And there's stock libraries that people can use. And we can, anything on a stock library, we can generally license it for the use of, for the customer. But
amazing with phones, because I was going to say most people these days, unless you're a professional photographer or you take it seriously as a hobby, most people are only taking photographs on their phones. So the fact that AI has helped and enabled you to enhance that image that people can use is amazing.
So you can go on holiday. We have people that sit on holiday on their, and they're just like, this was the view from my pool and I want that. And they just send me the photograph, and it's crazy.
Oh, fantastic.
I've also had people's dogs, and kind of have my dog on my shower wall, which, I kind of resist that a little bit, but
And what about with regards to artwork? So famous artwork that's already been produced like hundreds of years ago, because it's a long time ago, are there still copyright issues with that, having like a Picasso or something?
I think when Ian's more up on it. So we have got ranges on our website. We've got the Audubon range, which is completely out of copyright. I think when somebody dies, then you have 100 years after their death. It's anybody's really, and it's kind of obtaining that. We need to obtain the high resolution images so we can use them. So we do have range. We have some beautiful ranges on our website of the Audubon and RJ Thornton, which we try to stick with arty photography things rather than patterns, just to make it more long lasting and interesting and unique to the customer, really. So we try to choose ranges that are more unique to us rather than the off-the-shelf shower panels that you can buy. Well, I suppose the longer that you've been doing all this, you must have a real sense of what is more likely to work and what isn't, and why. As you say, someone that wants their dog, you're kind of advising them not to. Why would you do that? Why is that not a really particularly good thing? Well, no, you can. I mean, each to their own. You could do. It's just that when you sell your house, someone else might not want to look at your
very true.
dog in the shower. But, if also, some people, that is their last home in a way. They want to make it their dream home, and it's totally for them, and they don't care. So that's fine.
That makes sense. And presumably there's loads of different size. I mean, I was having a quick look on your website, and obviously there's different size showers, but also sometimes it's just one side, sometimes it's 3 panels, sometimes it's the back wall. How do you determine all of that?
So, I mean, people come to us and they say, we've got a 3-sided shower or a 1-sided shower. And we also work with people, they might have quite a small shower, but it may be a longer length of wall within the room. So we can then advise them that actually you can just fill that whole room, and then you can have a big panorama around. And that's part of our service, is that people love it if they can actually ring us and actually have a conversation with us, which, people have left us reviews before and called us like it's the new old-fashioned way of doing things, because you used to be able to just phone somebody and you didn't have the internet, and now we have both. And we want people to give us a call and talk it through. It's far easier and quicker than sort of typing out 100 emails. So we try and adapt how we work with people and the best way of doing it for them, really, and give people lots of options. Lots of people just want to give us a call and chat with us. Some people want to WhatsApp us. Some people want to email. And some people literally just want to order it online and never speak to us, which is absolutely fine. However you want to do it, we really don't mind.
But nice that you've wanted to keep that customer service, that personal service, because you're a small team, you're able to still do that.
I think that's really, really important to us. And on our website, it says, give us a call, and there's a little pop-up and it says, speak to Andrea. And people are genuinely surprised when I actually pick up the phone and it is actually me, you know. So it is quite funny because sometimes people ring and they say, oh, can I speak to customer service, please? And I'm like, yeah, that's me. Can I speak to logistics, please? I've got a question. I'm like, yeah, that's me. Can I speak to your technical department? That's me. So it's
and I now want the owner.
Also everything. Me. Yeah, also me. Accounts, finance. That's me. Payroll, everything.
Brilliant.
So but that's part of running your own business and being entrepreneurial is just getting stuck in and being adaptable and doing
absolutely.
A bit of everything to a point. Yeah.
And the other thing, once you've created a product and you know you've got a good idea and you know the product works, how do you get it out there? What kind of things did you do in order to get people to know about Showerscape? Yeah,
well, I suppose the first thing was people saw it in our home, and then a few people in our friends and family. And we just had to get a website. There was no other way of doing it, really, 10 years ago. Instagram, Facebook, our website, and then working with that and making sure that the SEO for the website was up to date. And we realised we do have help with that now, because it's really quite complex with Google Ads and SEO and making it all connect and work properly. And it gets a bit too much in the end if you're trying to do everything yourself. So we do outsource some things. And I've also got, being in a really good network of people that actually recommend people to you is amazing. And I'm in some really good networking groups, which really helps and gets the word out there, and you get to meet people and they recommend people to help you get it in front of people. And we've done, I don't think there's ever really an answer to, you can't ever just do one thing. You have a website initially, and then there has to be, you might advertise in magazines. That might not work. So try something else. Yeah. That might not work, or it might only work for a certain type of customer. And so we've done loads of different, been on different portals and advertised in magazines and had our own website and try and get backlinks on other websites. And we're doing our very first in-person exhibition this year, which we've never done. I was literally
going to say, what about exhibitions? There were like property exhibition, home exhibitions and things. Fab.
So we're doing our first one at the end of May, and that is the Build It Live exhibition, and it's the last weekend of May, and it's going to be really good for us to actually meet the customers and have them to actually see the product, because we don't have a lot of outlets for it. And it's something that we've never done before, partly because we wanted to make sure that it was the correct customer base for us, really. So Build It is a good one. A lot of our customers build their own homes, and they're quite discerning people, and they want something special for it. So it should be good. So
Oh, exciting! Well, I hope it all goes really well.
Thank you. Yeah.
It's been fantastic having you as our Entrepreneur of the Week, Andrea Clewett. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank
you.
If
listeners want to take a look at all the beautiful things that you create, just tell them your website or your Instagram or both.
Yeah, so our Instagram is just at Showerscape UK, and our website is showerscape.co.uk.
Perfect. Andrea Clewett, our Entrepreneur of the Week from Showerscape. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thanks a lot, Hannah.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.